It's always a weird situation where someone or a company you don't like does something good. I'm sure you've seen that popular meme caption like, heartbreaking news, the person you hated was actually proven right. But this is a situation with Nintendo. I have spoken many times how I do not like Nintendo for the most part. I had a Wii as a child. I had Wii Fit, even the little Wii board that basically just told everyone you're obese. I kind of skipped out on the Wii U, but I did buy a Nintendo Switch, and like 50% of all Switch users, I kind of just put it over in the corner of my room to like gather dust. And obviously I don't need to get into a whole debate about, for example, the Nintendo Online service, how it's just completely archaic, and the fact as well certain games like GoldenEye, you're never actually allowed to own them. It's renting a game. They basically brought back Blockbuster, but the worst aspect of Blockbuster, because with Blockbuster, if you rented a film and you didn't want to give it back for whatever reason, I don't know if you had like Mulan on VHS and maybe you just wanted to keep it, yeah, you just can. It's probably not legal, but who really cares? But with this Nintendo renting game system, as soon as you actually stop paying the fee, the monthly fee, they'll just yoink it from your account like it never existed. And then on top of that, they'll probably beat up or shoot a family member just to, you know, send a message. Another example is how Nintendo game prices just never seem to drop in price. There's never any kind of sale. You could literally have a 5-year-old Nintendo Switch game and it'll still be $60 regardless. But now Nintendo have done something really good. And I don't just mean like done something good on accident. Like they have actually helped the situation be completely resolved and probably saved someone's life.
With help from Nintendo, the FBI used the Switch's IP address to get the abductor's apartment complex.
So the story goes so far that the FBI were actually able to locate a 15-year-old girl that went missing, and she was allegedly kidnapped by a 28-year-old man called Ethan Roberts. Now this guy was from Virginia, but she was found like 200 miles away in Arizona. It's always stories like this that remind me just how large America is. Like the entire country is enormous. In the UK, if I started off in London and I was cycling up to Scotland, I could probably get there in about 2 minutes. Okay, it's a little bit hyperbolic, but you get what I mean. The UK is a very small country. A lot of European countries in general, they're pretty small, but America, it's enormous. And that unfortunately is why with a lot of disappearance cases, the person usually never gets found because there is so much ground to cover. Now, apparently Ethan actually met this girl online and traveled all the way to Virginia to go and visit her. And then afterwards, essentially kidnapped her and then put her on a bus to Tolleson, Arizona. Now, unfortunately, this is like all too common with kidnapping cases. Someone gets groomed, they meet up, and then they just disappear. They're never seen again. The family are devastated. But in this situation, thankfully, we have Mr. Incredible to save the day. And Mr. Incredible is the Nintendo Corporation. So the only reason in reality they were able to even locate this girl is because Ethan allowed the girl to bring a Nintendo Switch. Obviously, with a Nintendo Switch, you can get an internet connection to watch films, download games, buy disgustingly overpriced games from the Nintendo eShop. And because of the internet connection she had to all of her friends, she appeared online. And the thing is, this is after the girl already went missing. So, you know, to have a missing person still online on their Switch, it's kind of weird. It's like, you know, when you say goodbye to your friends on Xbox and they were last online like 7 years ago. But she actually came back. She was online. So what one of her friends did is see the online symbol and used it to contact police.
A friend saw the missing girl's name pop up and alerted the FBI.
It's probably nothing that anybody even had thought of at this point. The fact that somebody else down the road, another child, was bright enough to go, hey, look, my friend is online and she's been missing and I need to tell somebody.
I do want to say, I know the focus of this story is like obviously Nintendo saving the day, but I think the kids that actually noticed that someone was online and did something about it, really, personally, I think they're the real hero in this story because it was essentially like a domino piece. And if this child didn't go ahead and actually tell someone that they saw their friend was online, I don't think Nintendo would have done anything. So what happened then, the FBI got involved and they basically contacted Nintendo to trace the IP, and it was basically a joint operation. They tracked down the Nintendo Switch 11 days after she disappeared at Ethan's apartment. And obviously they went ahead and arrested the guy and rescued the girl.
You are under arrest and you'll be getting booked into county jail tonight.
New video into the ABC 15 newsroom of an online child predator being taken into jail after a missing Virginia girl was found inside a West Valley apartment.
This is video of her in that teal t-shirt being rescued last August by Tolleson police and the FBI.
I know this is a very serious matter and I shouldn't really be cracking jokes. I feel like maybe I can because it did have a happy ending, but I feel like at this point Nintendo could basically say anytime they're criticized, well, we saved a child's life. What did you do, guy complaining on Reddit about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild being 12 FPS? Huh? Did you save a child's life? I don't think so. You just sit there rotting on Reddit all day. Unironically, Nintendo could use this as the biggest mic drop in human history. They could basically just say, yeah, we saved someone's life. What did you do? Any kind of criticism, they could be done for money laundering, releasing unfinished games, abhorrent prices on new releases, or even old games being charged in full, and they just go, yeah, but, you know, we saved a child's life. Mic drop. Now, later on, the federal court did actually indict Ethan for transportation of a minor with the intent to engage in activities. And then in April 2023, he made a plea deal and was actually sentenced to 30 years in a federal prison. I really do like the fact that that was the plea deal. Like, Saul Goodman came to him in the office and he was like, the 30 years? That's the good end, bro. You don't want to see the other offer. But yeah, overall, I'm happy that this situation had a good resolution because, you know, if it was a bad ending, I probably wouldn't even do a video on it because it'd be too morbid.
The missing flyers came down. The teen, now back in Virginia, still recovering from this ordeal, which could have gone on for so much longer if it hadn't been for her Nintendo Switch.
But yeah, finally, like, some good news, because I make so many videos just talking shit, clowning on people, talking about negative situations, but to actually have a story that has a good ending, something inside of me has changed. Something inside of me has changed. In my blackened heart, I feel something. One thing I do want to point out as well is the two people involved in this story, they actually met on Omegle.
What brings you here? Do you not have friends? A significant other? A lass?
I mean, I got some friends, you know, but like, they're just not online right now. They're all sleeping while I'm on here doing Omegle.
You know, that's what I used to say too when I get no bitches.
Wow, you just said I get no bitches.
Hey.
Wow.
Wait, you're getting cute. Are you single?
Mm-hmm.
There's my answer. So you don't got no bitches. You're a single man on here. Sad on a Friday night too to give that honest answer. No, come back over here.
Which is just unheard of because honestly, I didn't even know people used Omegle after like 2012 when PewDiePie and KSI used to do it. Like, you know, jump scaring people like, oh, it's me, it's PewDiePie.
So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna write interest PewDiePie and then we're gonna do video. How do I do that? Okay, finally. Oh god, I don't want to talk to randoms. You could get dicks out there. All right, here we go.
Because at the minute, from what I see, Omegle is basically just used to do like amateur sting operations.
How you doing? All right, how you have a seat over in that chair, please.
Why don't you make yourself at home here? Have a seat.
You have a seat in the chair there, please.
There are an insane amount of TikTok lives where people just scroll Omegle at 3 in the morning and they try to catch predators. They'll pretend to be an underage girl, say they're like, you know, 13 or something, and then see where the conversation goes. And then if the conversation goes down that path, then what they do is get the guy's Snapchat and then usually add it to a list. And I'll be honest, that's kind of shit because it doesn't really do anything. Like, you're not forwarding it to the police or anything. All they do is kind of add it to a list, and then everyone that's watching the live stream will basically add the guy on Snapchat and harass him. And at that point, that's really bad because what the guy will probably do is delete his Snapchat, remove all of his evidence, and then just move to a new account. But yeah, what's the moral of this story? Nintendo did one good thing, and also don't use Omegle. Straight up, do not use it. I have never seen a single good interaction on Omegle. It's usually like someone pretending to be underage or you get jump scared.